Hello! Thanks for joining me on Craig's Gun Channel. In my last video, I covered the KelTec PMR30, their 22 Magnum pistol that holds 30 rounds in a standard size magazine. I covered its development and introduction to the market, and also explained how people were clamoring for a 22 long rifle version for more affordable shooting, as 22 Magnum is fairly expensive, especially for a rimfire round. Making a high-capacity 22 long rifle magazine would not be an easy task. Due to its short length and rimmed base, the cases want to curve as they stack, causing binding and feed issues. In 2012, KelTec succeeded in figuring it out and applied for a patent on their solution, which was granted in July of 2014. It took a couple more years of waiting, but finally in 2019 at the SHOT Show, they released their new product to the world, the Competition Pistol 33, or more commonly, just the CP33. CP for competition pistol, and 33 for the number of rounds it holds in its magazine. They not only were able to meet the demand for a 30-round pistol, but exceeded it by 3. The CP33, aside from its 33-round capacity, comes with a full-length Picatinny-style top rail, a Magpul M-lock slot built into its dust cover, fiber optic sights, and a threaded barrel as standard equipment. It also features fully ambidextrous controls with the heel magazine latch, ambi safeties, and an ARS-style rear charging handle. I've heard the term unobtainium applied to KelTec products over the years, as their ability to innovate new exciting products frequently outstrips their ability to produce them. Well, luckily, after less than a 2-month wait, I was able to pick one up from my friends at LEPD Firearms in Columbus. And today, we're going to unbox it together. Let's take a look. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got. Have our KelTec case here. Undo the latches. Open it up. Let's see. KelTec encourages you to join the National Rifle Association. I got some decals and stickers here. I actually got several of them. That's nice. Manual. CP33 Safety Instructions and Parts Manual. Let's see, there's a magazine in it. Comes with a spare magazine, vapor barrier, and trigger lock. And there it is, the pistol itself. So, let's go ahead and set this other stuff aside. And go ahead and get rid of this. And let's take a look at the actual breakdown of the pistol itself. We've got the typical, pretty much KelTec construction. Lower receiver is polymer, and it's in two halves, like a clamshell type design, held together with several screws. We have the safety, which is ambidextrous. It's on both sides. The slide, or in this case it's actually a bolt release. The upper receiver, which is all aluminum, and it's got the aluminum, the Picatinny rail on top. Of course, fiber optic front sight, fiber optic rear sight, which is adjustable for elevation and for windage. So that's all aluminum. The bolt release is not ambidextrous, it's just on the one side. Have our threaded barrel. So for any accessories or anything you might want to put on there if you have a can or something for it. Our dust cover has the M-lock attachment point, so you could either put an M-lock rail on it or just an M-lock equipped accessory if you have a light or a laser or something to put on there. Of course, with the Picatinny top rail, you could put any type of red dot or other sighting system on there that you might want if you don't want to use just the fiber optic iron sights. Go ahead and take the chamber flag out here. The charging handle, okay, it's non-reciprocating, so once you charge it, it would lock back into place. Now, when I was reading through the book, it said that the trigger pull was 4 pounds. So let's go ahead and, I got a trigger pull gauge here. I'll take a look here and see what we come up with. Well, that's right at 3.5 pounds. So that's pretty much right on the money. Trigger itself, just a little bit of take up. Just a little bit of travel and then a pretty clean break overall. Not really any grit or anything there. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the trigger. Well, let's go ahead and open it up and see what it's like on the inside. Disassembly, looks like it's just like the PMR30. It's got the single pin on it. So we'll go ahead and cock the hammer back. Get a punch here. These pins sometimes are difficult, especially when they're new. So take that out. And, oh, okay. So we got the upper assembly and the lower assembly. Go ahead and take the magazine out here. And let's see, we have our hammer here, have the disconnector. Of course, the feed ramp. You have good access to everything, so cleaning it and everything should not be a problem. This is really as far as you'd really want to ever disassemble this, unless it needs some type of major repair. So overall, that's pretty nice. Take a look at the upper here. Slide the charging handle. The charging handle and bolt assembly come out together. Okay, it looks like the bolt just goes into the opening in the charging handle there. And the recoil spring and the rear buffer and the bolt all stay together as a unit. Have our extractor there. I had heard about this. It looks like it is true. The buffer assembly is a 3D printed part. So I think this if it's not the first, it's definitely one of the earlier factory production pistol that uses 3D printed parts in the assembly. On the upper itself, looks like it's a fixed barrel, so that would work out well with any type of accessory for you to put on the threaded barrel. Have the ejector there. You get good access to everything in here. The barrel and the barrel block are screwed to the upper rail, and so not really any reason to take that apart any further. Let's see, reassembly. Okay, well, actually, if you take a look here, on the back, there's a slot there at the very top. That's where the charging handle goes. Then a little bit bigger of a slot below that. That's where, and then the space there, that's where the bolt goes. So basically, just line that up. And first, if you actually line it up, that helps. And it just goes right back together. Okay. Line up the upper and lower. And put the pin in. So overall, very happy with the overall fit and finish. Looking forward to taking it to the range. And of course, once I get it to the range and get some shots fired through, I'll plan on making another video and then let you know how that goes. In full disclosure, the case had already been opened as part of the normal check-in and purchase process at LEPD, but I had not had the opportunity to fully look it over and wanted to share with you as I did so. I'm going to try to get to the range as soon as possible, so I'll let you know how it shoots then. And I hope that this information was of value. And I want to thank you for joining me today, and please subscribe to make sure you don't miss anything. And as always, until next week, stay safe.